Golf Central on YouTube, brought to you by the Chrome Soft Golf Ball from Callaway.
Hello, I'm Anna Jackson, and this is your Golf Central update. Well, one of the stars in this week's field on the PGA Tour, that is Ludvig Åberg. He turned just 24 years old yesterday and is celebrating by playing in Cabo San Lucas this week. This will be his third start on the PGA Tour in the fall, where he finished runner-up at the Sunnison Farms and tied for 13th at the Shriners Children's Open. And he joined Damon and Eamon on Golf Today.
Ludvig, I mean, your worst finish in your last 6 starts is tied 14th. People just don't come out of college and do that at this level of the game. Are you surprised by what you're doing, or is this what you actually expected of yourself?
You know, I do think as a competitor, you're always going to have high expectations on yourself, and you know, likewise for me, that's what I want to do. But obviously, if you told me that this was going to be the case a couple of months ago, I would maybe not have believed you at first. But you know, I do know my qualities. I do know what I can do, and all I try to do is prepare for each event the best I can. And then once tournament starts on Thursday, I just try to have fun and try to get the ball in the hole as quick as I can.
Now, parents do a lot of different things to get their kids to follow the track they want. I read that when you were a kid, you didn't really like golf, and your dad had to bribe you with ice cream just to keep you out on the golf course. Can you tell us some stories? Is that true?
Yes, it is true. So my dad is a golfer. He plays avidly back home, but never played professionally, never did anything like that. But he took me out when I was very young, but I never really liked it, to be fair. I didn't enjoy it. I played a lot of football, soccer growing up, and that's what I wanted to do for a very long time. And I kind of realized that, you know, the more golf I play, the more I realized that I was actually quite good. And then I you know, kept doing that. And but yes, he had to bribe me to stay at the golf course because obviously our season is quite limited in Sweden, and he wanted me to be out there as much as I could. And then yeah, obviously ice cream. I think my love for ice cream started back then. I still have a lot of ice cream. I had one last night, so I think maybe that's where that comes from.
Well, you're probably going to have a lot more with the heat in Mexico this week. Ludvig, you said you're quite good, which is something of an understatement. I talked recently to a member of the US team at the Ryder Cup, and he was kind of awestruck by you. He said you had every weapon that was necessary to be a world beater. Do you feel that kind of weight of expectation from your peers? Forget about the fans or media, but just the way other players now look at you because of what you've accomplished?
I mean, obviously, to hear that is very cool. It's very cool for me because obviously I was in college a couple of months ago, and you know, for me to kind of come here and actually build relationships with these guys that I've looked up to for a very long time, and you know, Rome was quite an experience for me to kind of hang out with those guys and build relationships and see how they play golf. And you know, obviously, when I hear something like that, it's very encouraging. It's very cool for me, but you know, all I try to do is improve every day. And it sounds so cliche, but that's all you try to do. And then yeah, prepare for every event the good as you can, and then have fun and play golf.
Now, Wikipedia doesn't know everything, but I believe you were having ice cream yesterday because it was your birthday. Happy birthday, first of all. How did you celebrate? What'd you do?
Thank you. Thank you. Well, I had a nice day on the golf course. You know, I think anytime you get to spend your birthday on a golf course, it's nice, especially here in Cabo, Mexico. So we walked around, played 18, and then had dinner at night. So obviously it was very fun. It's a nice spot to celebrate your birthday. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I'm here to play golf. But it was nice to have my girlfriend over here and then spend some time with some other friends as well.
Now, you achieved something that nobody else has actually done, Ludvig, in the sense that you played the Ryder Cup before you'd ever even played in a major championship. Top 50 by the end of the year in the world rankings, or a win gets you into the Masters. Is that on your mind at all? You're currently 58th in the world, so you seem to be getting closer and closer to that cutoff.
Mm-hmm. For sure, yeah. I mean, I think top 50 in the world is kind of a golden threshold. So obviously it's something that I want to do, and you know, I feel like it's reachable. I don't have that many events left this year, but if I can somehow get into that top 50, that'd be amazing. So obviously it's a goal of mine, and I'll you know, try to do that as fast as I can. Yeah.
Well, one of the 4 winners so far during the full season, that was Sahith Theegala. The California native won the Fortnite Championship in Napa in front of plenty of friends and family. It was the first PGA Tour victory of his young career, and he talked with the media earlier today.
Yeah, I love playing. I think that's no secret. And I struggled to go long times without playing tournament golf. And after Napa, I went a full month from there to Zozo. So that felt like a long time. And I just love competing, and the fields at these events are just, everybody is so good out here that the level of golf at the top is very, very similar to some of the strongest events. And, you know, they got a pretty nice field here this year. And yeah, it was a very easy decision to me to come down and play. I never really had the expectations of winning myself, but a lot of other people did for sure. And to them, it was a question of when and not if. And to me, it was a question of if. So to finally prove that to myself and just a lot of validation for the work, that was probably the sweetest part of it, just to be able to share all of that with my family and friends. But yeah, it hasn't really, I mean, the fact that I'm a PGA Tour winner and nobody could take that away from me and Carl and the rest of my team is epic. Like, just knowing that will always be there no matter what happens the rest of the way, that's awesome. But other than that, everything's been life's kind of been the same. It's been great. I'm living the dream, and obviously, there's very few times again where you're happy in the sport, and I was just like truly, truly happy and let myself kind of soak in the wind for a couple weeks there. But yeah, life's great. I've been living my dream for a very long time now. So yeah, all good. I had an awesome year, and it's moved really, really fast. I think that happened to me my first year too. My rookie year, it just went boom, the year's done. But this year, having a full schedule and playing all the majors, like you said, and playing more, just having more exposure with the guys that are top 10, top 20 in the world. Whether or not I'm trying to go out of my way to learn a few things from them, I'm not really sure I can say that, but just I'm able to pick up things subconsciously from them just by watching how they play the game a little bit, and whether it be discussions with their caddy or strategy, or I'll ask them a question about how their first few years on tour were and what they would do different or what they did that was great. Just like little stuff like that, I feel like I'm always learning, which is a great thing about the sport. And a lot of the guys have been super nice to me in that they've been open about sharing information and that kind of stuff. So I think I'm always a very curious person, and I'm curious to see how people go about their way, especially in a sport where everyone does seemingly everything different. So yeah, I just like picking those top guys' brains and playing with them more and more, and also just putting in the work and seeing if I can kind of join that fray of those guys. So but yeah, playing in the majors and some of the big events is, no matter what anybody says, it's a different feel for sure. It's a different feel. It just means more, and you can feel it during the week. So that's what I'm most excited about again this next year, is just to play in events like the Masters and Players, and just try and get in contention again.